Welcome back to Bislett Stadium in Oslo, the event we've been waiting for, the men's 200 meters, and a chance to see Michael Johnson, the new world record holder at 200 meters, against Frankie Fredericks of Namibia, who has been hot as can be in the 100 and says he may not even run the 100 in Atlanta. He wants to focus on beating the man in the 200.
Perhaps the sprint confrontation of the summer at 200 meters. Frank Fredericks versus Michael Johnson at 200 meters right here at the Bislett Stadium. As you have Kevin Little in lane 1, Alvis Witted, still a student at NC State, in 2, and Geir Moen, the matinee idol great 200 meter runner from Norway, in 3.
And let's take a look back at the Olympic trials just a couple of weeks ago at how Michael Johnson rewrote the book in the 200.
For Michael Johnson, the 200 meters would be the culmination of 8 races in 9 days. And he blasted down the straightaway faster than anybody had ever run the last 100 meters in a 200-meter race, establishing a new world record. Within the past week, that man, Frank Fredericks, has run within 2 100ths of a second and within 1 100th of a second of the 100-meter dash world record. Here he's taking on Michael Johnson over the distance of 200 meters. Jeff Williams in your picture there, a U.S. Olympian at 200 meters.
Michael Johnson running 1966 for a world record at the Atlanta trials, but this is his first chance to go head-to-head with the man that many feel could challenge him at the Olympics in the 200.
Johnson gets out poorly. Look at that gap. Fredericks opened up a huge gap. Johnson got left in the blocks, and he runs the turn better than does Fredericks. Let's see what happens on the straightaway.
Everyone says you've got to beat Michael off the turn if you're going to beat him for the distance. Michael Johnson digging down, now ahead of Frankie Fredericks. It's Johnson in 4, but Fredericks comes back. It's Johnson in 4, Fredericks in 5. It looks like it's going to be Frank Fredericks, winner of the 200 meters, 19.83 unofficially. We'll have to wait for the wind gauge, but it doesn't matter. Head-to-head battle is what this was all about. Forget the time. This was about who is going to beat who, and this may be the first 200-meter race Michael Johnson has lost in a year and a half.
Well, it is, and around the turn, Michael will say, I got left in the blocks. He got anchored in the blocks. He had to have lost a foot or two at least right there, and he runs the turn better. I spoke with Fredericks yesterday. He did say to me then, he said, I worry about the turn. I'm not as good at the turn running as Michael is, but he got such a lead, and he's strong, and he's got more raw 100-meter speed than Michael does, and it was his sprint speed and holding down the straightaway, and Michael's strength could not quite make up the difference, it looks like. Watch the lean at the tape. Oh boy, I'll tell you, this is a fierce rivalry. The wind under the allowable limit, 1.3 meters, is just under 3 miles per hour. The maximum is about 4.5 miles per hour. And it's Fredericks from Namibia, who spent time at Brigham Young University as well as trained in the United States, beating out not only Jeff Williams, an Olympian at 200 meters off to the left of the screen, but of course the legend himself on the cover of Time magazine, Mr. Michael Johnson.
Many will wonder, is this man peaking too early? He's run 9.87, 9.86, and now 19.83 for 200 meters, beating Michael Johnson. Johnson ran 43.66 for 400 meters the other night in Lausanne, so has to be a little bit tired. But many will wonder if Frank Fredericks left his races on the European circuit before Atlanta. For the first time in a year and a half, Michael Johnson loses a 200-meter race. Frankie Fredericks of Namibia wins it 19.82. Johnson second, and Jeff Williams a well-beaten third. And the man is downstairs with Larry.
Michael, it looked to us in the booth like you got left in the blocks. What happened?
I had a pretty bad start. You can't do that against Frankie. He's got a great start and he's got a great finish, so you got to get out on him. And I wasn't getting the same kind of start today that I was getting in the trials, but I got to get that back, and I feel confident that I will.
Now, wait a minute. Don't tell me you're human.
Everybody's human out here. You have good days, you have bad days, and you just hope that your bad days don't come during the Olympic Games or the Olympic trials. So, you know, I don't like a bad day any day, but if I got to take one, I guess I'll take it here.
But as Satchel Paige would say, this will get the juices jangling for you. I mean, this makes for a great confrontation, doesn't it?
Definitely. I mean, I hate to lose it right now. I'm extremely upset at myself for having a bad start and losing the race. So, you know, it'll give me fuel for the fire, and I'll see Frank again at the Olympics, and I feel bad for him.
The whole world will be watching.
All right.